What's going on, guys? Steve McGuinness here, Rome Club at NC State Vice President. This is mostly meant for our Colonial Erg Sprints of 2024. But if you're anyone else watching it, I hope it helps as well. But this is for your first Erg Sprint, or just in general if you want to learn more. So, first off, I'm going to start with the simple preparation. 2 days before, got to be eating some good protein, especially if you just did the workout today. That is just key. Make sure you have a good meal, no like fast food. It doesn't have to be like crazy. It's not as crazy as the night before meal. But I'd say the most important thing is the sleep tonight. You want to be getting that 8+ hours. It is way more important to have some good sleep tonight than the night actually before. Now, I encourage you to get good sleep both nights, but tonight is, if not the more important sleep. Just want to emphasize that. Next up, tomorrow, the day before, stay hydrated. You should be peeing like 7 or 8 times plus. Not counting, but you should be hydrating. Water, you can do a little electrolyte water, but water. And get some stretching in. Just get them legs loose, keep everything good. You can do a little workout, don't do anything crazy, especially to the legs. But you gotta hone in. This is when you hydrate. Don't overhydrate. Don't. But you understand, if you usually are 1 water bottle person a day, do 2 to 3. If you're usually 2, do like 4 to 5. Stuff like that. Just get that hydration. Next, the meal prep. You want lean meat protein. So, thinking fish, chicken, tuna, which is a fish. But that is key. You want some complex carbs. I know everyone's like, oh, you want a meal prep, eat spaghetti. No, you don't want the buttery noodles. You want the rice, the quinoa, the brown rice. You want the whole grain noodles. And you don't want to eat too much. Don't need puking. Make sure it's something strong, sturdy. Make sure you get it in like 6 or 7. We don't need the 10 p.m. meals. And have some vegetables, healthy fats. I know it's like some good like buttered chicken over there. And hydrate. Continue to hydrate. Water, a little electrolyte water, stuff like that. Make sure you get into bed. Still early. Morning of the erg. This is my go-to. This is the classic peanut butter bagel with bananas. Eat that like 2.5, 3 hours before. You don't have to have this specifically, but it should not be like you don't need a McDonald's egg and sausage biscuit or anything like that. We do have some breakfast that will be provided. That will be this kind of level at the venue. But still, if you want to, I'm probably just going to eat this right before our 5 a.m. leave time. It's a very good thing because the bananas will make sure you don't get too much lactic, stuck. A little bit of protein is always good, and again, the little carbs. Now, here's the erg plan, which is probably why you're here. Have a plan before. I'm not going to say which one of these is mine, but these are some phenomenal erg times. Now, we do not need to be perfectly on this. You do not need to hit these things. But this is kind of how a good structured erg 2K looks. And I'm going to hone in deep, but you see how you kind of start not too high and you finish that lower. And you're going to start a little bit lower normally. The one on the left, was just keeping it very modest. The one on the right is kind of the perfect scenario where you do kind of have that start, but then you kind of build back up. You go a little bit above. I'm going to talk more about that. This is my plan. No one says you have to do this plan. No one says it's the perfect plan. But this is my plan for erging. First 100 meters, you'll just pull to get started. Okay, you can do your start sequence. I usually do I make it nice and loud. You're not supposed to chain slap. Don't chain slap. But just really just get all that because you're going to have that little adrenaline push. But you need to settle. Once you see 1900 go away, you are settling into that goal pace. And I would say a goal pace, say you're going for 149. I want you to be at 151, if not 152. right then and there. You want to keep that. You want to just go in, keep a cool, smooth, steady pace. After that, the first 500 meters, it'll start to hurt. You'll start feeling it. You'll be in that first 500 meters, you're like, la, 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 it's kind of... Then, pain cave. You must embrace the pain cave. You can't escape it. You just got to understand you're in it, and you're going to understand it's going to feel so good when I finish knowing that I went through the pain cave. And that's the 1200 meter to 900 meter, where it's the hardest mentally, specifically for me. But you must stay at that 1 to 2 split seconds. That's why it's there, because it seems a little bit easier. Like, okay, it's not that bad. I still got more ahead of me. And that's when the 900 to 750 meters. After that, try to get to the 0 to 1 goal split seconds above. That's where you're kind of like, all right, we're getting there. The end is near. And then that 500 meters, or that 750 meters for me, for those who have rode or raced or whatever, I think of a race course, I think of the Sierra/Dogwood venue. There's a big old 750 meters left sign. That sign is ingrained in there. I just think, and to do some visual representation, you gotta battle the mind. It's your biggest enemy, and you just gotta be like, oh my goodness, come to me. There's fans roaring, the attendant or the attendants there, you know, they're screaming, they're saying, go NC State, go Steven, and you're like, yes. And then that 500 meters, you feel it up. That rate by 2 strokes per minute. So say you're at that 30, you're going up to that 32. You're bringing it up, and you should be at that -1 goal split. So if you're at that 149 you're looking for, you're going down to 148, 149. You can bounce around a little bit, but really trying to go for that 148. And then for me, and this is only recently, and it's taking me a while, but I highly recommend you start your sprint kind of earlier, 350 meters. You want to start that sprint. It'll hurt, and you'll be like, ah. But you need to drop that thing to -3, -5 split. I mean, you want to just put all into it. And most people are always usually like a 250 meter, but now 350, you're going up 2 to 4 strokes per minute. So if you're at that 30 for most of it, then 32, you're on the 34, 36. And at 100 meters, honestly, a perfect 2K, you will be slowing down. You want to have burned everything out. Because then if you're just barely slowing down, that means you gave everything and then you slow down just a little bit. And you can see that I put that -1 to 3 split seconds. You're kind of bouncing a little bit up. You don't want to go all the way back up, of course. And I know it's a little bit of a battle game, but if you want a perfect plan, that's my idea. For those who have been on the race course, especially 2K, you know that the last 250, there's red buoys. It switches. The buoys switch. And every 10 meters, there's red buoys. You feel that you are so close. And I mean, that's mostly a minute max for that 250. It's a minute of all. It's a plank. Back to before a little bit. Make sure you get some simple sugars in. Gatorade, and I put the Swedish fish because I've had nutritionists and dietitians that say just that little like sugar. And it's not like you're not eating a full pack. You're having like 3 to 5, but it's a little bit of sugar. It'll just kind of, those are those simple sugars that you'll easily be able to turn around right away. And of course, they say Gatorade is still the most efficient of them all. I know it's not the greatest, it's not healthy, but when you are an athlete, those electrolytes are just perfect. So if you have it, do it. Don't blind eye. That's the biggest key in thing of this. Do not blind eye. And I put this video for a thing. Make sure you keep your technique good. Keep the strokes per minute high up. Make sure you're not breaking the back. Keep that core engaged. Keep good form. Long strokes. Even if you have to go down a little bit, it's okay. Just keep the long strokes. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. It will be over at a certain point, but don't give up. And at the end, it'll be done. I think my face is hiding this. Be proud no matter what. You've done this. Your legs are going to look like that probably. But hey, you've made it. I'm going to add some other videos of people actually 2K'ing. If you want to, look at them. Probably better than my explanation, but thought I'd just give you a personal, anecdotal video. All right. See y'all practice Friday.
Let's do this.
Bye.